In the top stories, Youth Minister blames parents for the huge interest in the Charlie Challenge, a call to pray and fast for the island's youth on June 1st, and a West Indies cricketer is fined for ammunition possession. Welcome to Nation News for Friday, May 29th, 2015. I'm Natasha Beckles. Youth Minister Stephen Lashley says parents are to blame for the popularity of the Charlie Challenge. He says something has to be wrong in the home for so many young people to be swayed by the game, which has been made popular through social media. Speaking at a Barbados Workers Union Youth Congress on Friday, Mr. Lashley suggested that there should be a national discussion about the challenges being faced in schools. Religious ministers were called to Lawrence T. Gay Primary on Thursday after teachers became concerned about the strange behavior of some students after the playing of the game. Meantime, Barbadians are being asked to pray and fast on Monday for the benefit of the island's children and youth. The call comes from Bishop Jerry Seals, who presides over the Barbados district of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the West Indies. In a statement issued on Friday, he commended those young people who are excelling in academics, sports, and culture. However, he said there are negative forces drawing some youth into drug abuse, sexual promiscuity, and violence. A police officer was stabbed in the city on Thursday night. Reports indicate the male officer received stab wounds to the upper part of the body during an apparent robbery attempt. He was taken to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, where he was scheduled to undergo surgery. Investigations are continuing into the incident. Barbados may want to consider opening its doors to large international law firms. Executive Director of the Caribbean Export Development Agency, Pamela Cook-Hamilton, says business people believe this could speed up certain business transactions.
The other issue that has been raised by some of the persons in the financial services sector is the issue of liberalizing the legal fraternity. I know some of the lawyers won't be happy with that, but opening up to larger law firms to establish a presence here because of the number and the depth of the international financial transactions that take place across the world and the complexity of those transactions. And the larger law firms, the multinational law firms, so to speak, are able to do that much more quickly and probably much more efficiently, cost-wise, than just the local firms.
Ms. Cook-Hamilton was speaking to Nation News after an address to the local business community earlier this week. The Heritage Bus Tour is one of the newest events on the crop-over calendar, but Barbadians are already showing lots of interest. Senior Business Development Officer at the National Cultural Foundation, Alison Seeley-Smith, says people are reserving tickets by the busload for the June 7th event. She believes the idea could catch on even more.
Just like with the walk, I remember with the walk, nobody knew exactly what the reaction was going to be. I remember even some people saying, well, you know, Barbadians aren't really interested in their heritage. And then, of course, that was proven to be not true. We are we're hungry to see images of ourselves. So with this one, we're trying it. We're going to see what happens with it. I have a feeling that it's going to be a really, really good product and that you're going to be seeing it more often. You know, I think there's going to be some interest, perhaps from tour operators and so on. So once we put the product out there, we'll see what happens and see if the private sector is interested in picking it up and making it accessible more often during the year.
Ms. Seeley-Smith was speaking on Friday during the official launch of the event, which will focus on sugar, molasses, and rum. $100,000 in brass and wind instruments will be distributed among 6 primary schools. The donation was made at Charles F. Broome Primary on Friday by the multinational Fair Goes Green and the Andrew Lloyd Webber Foundation. Sharon Lady Carmichael, a member of the fair's organizing committee, said it is important to have music in the schools.
Playing an instrument stimulates every center in your brain. A lot of people don't know that. And countries where there is this part of the curriculum developed in the schools, the children are seen to do much, much better educationally. So overall, the benefit of music in the schools is so important, and we want everyone in Barbados to realize that and come on board. All of the entertainers in Barbados are aware of that, and they support this idea of taking more music into the primary schools, of course into the secondary, and then at the tertiary level.
In sports, West Indies and Windward Islands cricketer Andrea Fletcher appeared in a Dominican court on Friday and was fined 2,000 East Caribbean dollars for the possession of ammunition. That's just under 1,500 Barbados dollars. Fletcher was arrested when he attempted to leave the island on Thursday afternoon after 50 rounds of ammunition were reportedly found in his possession. And finally, an Ohio man in need of a kidney donor is taking his search on the road, literally, with bright yellow letters taped to the rear window of his SUV. The message reads, "Got kidney? I need one." It includes a phone number for interested callers. A similar message is reportedly taped on an SUV belonging to his daughter. We wish him well with his search. And that's where we end Nation News for Friday. For more news, log on to nationnews.com, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Remember to pick up your papers over the weekend or subscribe to our e-paper. And look out for the Weekend Buzz a little later. Thank you so much for joining us.